I would like
Feels
to
good to
say
see
a
it,
very
especially
special
on
stream
streamers'
as I
eyes
have
and
pay attention.
Thank you very much. Every day.
I'm telling you right now, like every time I go live, there's just like shenanigans in the chat. Before I even like change the screen from the starting screen to the actual like overlaid game screen, I'm just sitting here like the stupidest smile on my face. I'm so pleased that it works. Oh, jeez. Are you surprised? A little bit. Oh, I'm just so pleased that it works. Oh, dude, I should make it like a channel point reward. Boomer, thanks for the follow, question mark, question mark. That was beautiful. It's really cool. Also, how are you, friends? How are y'all doing? I thought you were followed. How are y'all doing, friends? Thank you for the raid, Goose. Also, water. Good try there. Good try there. So what we've done there, like in case you're not like following in the Discord, what I've effectively done is I have a background script going that whenever Link raid, did you actually stream that? What? I missed something, I'm sorry. Whenever Boomer, I wasn't streaming. Oh, you don't have to start a stream to raid. You can actually just like send a raid with the stream being offline. Yeah. So what I have some background script going. So like whenever Boomer talks for the first time within chat now, it just plays that audio clip and then Mario appears. Like I'm just so pleased about like that it works so incredibly well. I didn't think it was gonna work, and then it just worked perfectly, and it just made my whole day. I beat the first room of Belly of the Beast in 1 hour or 2 hours. Which one is it, Goose? Congrats, man. That's huge. The dreeping incident, don't ask. God damn it, the raids. Oh, the first room. Yeah. Nice, man. That's awesome. That's good stuff. But yeah, so what I'm thinking about doing there is Goose confirmed best Belly of the Beast player. What I'm thinking about doing actually is I'm not sure how it'll work yet. I'm thinking about making a channel point reward where people can like, it's gonna be like a pretty expensive thing. Like I'm thinking 25k, if not more. So when on their first message in the chat, it'll play a sound, and like it could be some. This is my general thought process. It could be like a general thing where like you redeem it once, and like first redeems like you get 2 seconds, but if you redeem it again, then we upgrade you to like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, etc. And we'll like cap it like 6 seconds or something like that. Like Boomer's right now is 6 seconds, and that already feels pretty long. I thought it was really cool though. Stop with the raids. But I'm so pleased that it works. It works once per stream. Like if I were to refresh cruise control right now, it would work again. It makes it better if it's longer. Hey Valvray, how you doing, friend? I got a free one due to the value I've added to the stream. Frankly, you got a free one just because I thought it was freaking hilarious. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I thought of playing Belly of the Beast after I finished Stellar Odyssey. It should arguably be easier from difficulty scale. My raid, best raid out of the past raid of the stream, asterisk. So thirsty. Anyways, we're gonna do some Dreep today. Just pretty much the whole day, honestly. Boomer long jump is now real. It's gonna be a Dreep stream. We're 100%, without a doubt, undoubtedly gonna clear this room, partially because I'm wearing pants. No feet, you won't get feet for free. Just a leg. But Stellar Odyssey isn't red GM. I've heard the last room is just stupidly hard. Holy shit, another raid! Look at all the raids today, guys! An incredible amount of raids. Look at that, raid. 5 raids in 6.5 minutes. Incredible. I got a sub for someone today. Aw, nice. Bless. Oh, by the way, thank you, both Charles, and Most Average JoJo Fan for the follows off stream. Thank you very much, fellas. Appreciate ya. Shout out to sad cat noises. Anyways, let's play the game. An arrogant 7-minute intro. Extremely arrogant. Is high yellow red? Oh, don't start with the follows, please. I genuinely ask you not to do that. Odyssey is a high yellow red, and the final is just green astral. That's fair. Arrogance from Solar Express. Is that one of the names? Interesting. I wish I could fix that issue, but unfortunately it just isn't a thing you can fix. It's on a Stream Elements end. Balls. So there's gonna be about 2 or 3 rooms or places I can choke in this room. Doesn't this sound only play if it's the first follower? It basically plays anytime Stream Elements has forgotten that someone is not a new follower. And it's entirely uncontrollable from my end, which is incredible. Is the music okay? Looks like it's fine, yeah. I was 100% testing if it was fixed, surely. Oh, that makes a lot of sense? Yeah. It's possible I might be able to fix it if I add, like... Excuse me? I'm currently last in Terrell. I might be able to fix it through, like, semi-nefarious means. Like, it is fixable. Balls! But it would take a lot of, questionable trickery. Actually, no, it wouldn't. I could probably change it. No, that wouldn't work. I was thinking if I used the Twitch notifications instead, like the built-in Twitch ones, instead of the Stream Element ones, it would probably fix it. But I think we'd still have it fire anyways. Damn. Second to last room Dreep is rough. Almost every part is a potential choke point. Really? Room 9? Frick! Ah. Are you on room 9 already? Like, if so, you flew through that since then. I don't know why I went up. Luckily, I can just play an easy map like CMB. Surely an easy map. The music feels really loud. I'm on room 9. Nice! Big room 9 moment. Oh, we're gonna choke that again, are we? I've been popping off on the flip side recently. Be the first 2 rooms. Nice! Dude, flip side's actually like a pretty deep, like, difficult map in my opinion. I mean, you're in GM, so what do you expect? But at the same time, flip side feels a lot harder than... Hold on, we're gaming now. This is feeling good. I forgot what to do there. Dude, flip side's hard though. Like, some people say it's the easiest for them. I found it particularly difficult for the difficulty that it's in. But it just didn't capitalize very well on what I can do. Seemed isn't too bad, other than like towels in the second to last room. It feels so nice being in a room after only 10 minutes instead of 3 hours. Surely it won't take 3 hours. I forgot Talsberry and almost got the bottom berry. I found a gem like the easiest one. Maybe Iris. What is Iris? I personally found this is a hot take, but I actually found Supernautica to actually, not Supernautica, that's not right. Super Dash 1. Hold on, we'll get there eventually. I missed? Lurkwall Finch Trenches, Super Luminary, thank you, yes. Good luck, Trenches. I found Super Luminary actually to be easier than Flipside. But again, it's just a matter of skill sets there. Too early. Let's see, yeah. Lava Layer and Flipside were both semi-difficult for me. I have a feeling that 74 is going to be pretty damn difficult for me. But I think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to like it a lot. Why are we missing that now? Am I not holding A, probably? Probably. There we go. A? Sorry. I said A, like I use A at any point. I don't. False. We should play CMB next. 74 for the kind of map you would struggle with but enjoy. I'm gonna turn this down just a smidge. It just feels loud on my end. That feels more natural. There we go. Feeling better. All of this feels better. Yeah. Dreep all over. Someone ban that bird. Someone time out that bird. Don't ban the bird. Only Fooper I've seen in Grandmaster is setting a Fooper. Fish Super? Marbles. Alright, so let's untime him out because of marbles. There we go. What bird? Me bird, different bird. Do you have an extended variant on? I do. I have the visual. No backpack. It's just for me. Why marbles when Irisu isn't here? I just go by what they allow. I simply go by what they allow. Hacker, no way. Actually cheating using extended variants. Irisu eating dinner. It's true. Very long dinner. Damn, cheating so Madeline can be lighter. Could you imagine if that actually worked like that? It's not here. Where is it? Start a prediction. There it is. If you'd like to play exponential play, you have 40 seconds. Good luck. A solid 40. I feel like that should be bigger up top. A lot of people. We just started the stream. That's a lot of people already playing. That's a whole lot of people. That's almost the entire stream. I know. Oh no, I can feel terrible things in the near future. If this game ain't rogged, I know I've lost it. Surely it's rogged, right? It would have to be, right? Good luck. Thank God, there's more than 10 points in one. There's no way. Fantastic, there's 1,000. Oh, very heavy bet within rigged and rogged. Trick voted 16,760 points within rogged. Oh, I only vote one for Irisu's death. Light work. We shall see. I'm zooming. Luke is out front. Ooh, Luke got stuck. Where did he get stuck at? Oh, it's over. It's actually Jover. Birdie! All right. I do hope I get ahead. I also hope I get ahead. I'm hoping. It's not looking good, but it's not impossible because this is not a map you can die in. I died? How? Like, you say these things, I'm just like, how did you do that? Skill, it's not Jover yet. It's not even close to being Jover yet. Where are people dying? I'm asking nicely, I need to know. Oh, is it right there? It might be right in there, you're losing speed. Okay, cool. Favre's still really far ahead. I died. It's looking pretty bad for the believers, I'm so sorry. Oh, you can die here. There's a good old pegging right at the end. A good old, like, pegging, just like... Never mind, we're gonna avoid that joke. Wait. Now it's over. The more of those 10 points are struggling now. Give me my money. It's not over yet. Now it's over. Oh, it's so sad, man. It's just so sad. Maddie has solid emotes, yeah. Yummy? Consider another word other than yummy there, ideally. Good luck to you, bless. It's good to see their subathons going rather well. I'm in yummy to be getting points. I'm aware. Nice, those are solid. Looks like they're hand-drawn. Very solid. Drew, Luca, Alex, Shiggy, Boomer, Catgoose, Yellow Link, myself, and Mrs. Birdie. Everyone else unfortunately did not finish. Thank you for marveling. Back to your average streaming. Hey, where's the music? Can you hear Celeste? I can't hear Celeste. Hold on. We have the music. I don't. Why can you hear it? Hold. I found it. I had an option disabled. Hold. Firefox. Look up butts as per usual per stream. Average butt stream. Go over here. Set word. There you go. Boom. You don't deserve the music. Clearly. Ah! Clearly! Looking up butts on stream. Apparently, like, at least once a stream, we're looking up butts, which is probably a career choice for me. This works. So you can skip that. It just doesn't work terribly well. All right. My honest reaction. It's a bit of a loot emote, honestly. Good emote, a loot emote regardless. Balls. Maybe I should play Dreep. You should. Dreep's a good map. It'll only take you 16 hours. It's not made to be lewd. I mean, I'm sure it's not. I saw what the emote is called. It's still lewd regardless. I can't keep putting it off. Do you not like Dreep? 16, huh? Pretty fast. Honestly, world record pace there. I mean, I'll say it. most of the questionable emotes are typically blushy tongue emotes, so I don't think it's my fault this time. Room 6 first arc into motivated. That's fair. It definitely took a pretty significant step up in difficulty here. Dream is generally my least favorite strawberry jam. Really? Like, I can understand why. It's very, very long on the rooms. Dream is more like a test of endurance rather than like a test of skill in a lot of places. You keep going there. Like, if you probably, this is a wild take, if you doubled the difficulty and halved the room, you'd probably have like your average GM map. But instead it's just like half the difficulty and double the length, which is kind of a weird balance. Like, it works as, why'd I go right? I'm looking at chat. It works for like its own unique concept, but at the same time it is an adventure. I just got a 25-minute and 14 death run in farewell. Nice, congrats. Good stuff. I prefer short hard rooms to kind of long rooms. That's fair, yeah. Dreep's definitely not a map for you, honestly. In that case, I should say. Ooh, what is it? A Liperd. I think we're done with the legendaries, unfortunately. I'm still really sad that we didn't get those Suicunes last stream. Genuinely kind of sad about that. Literally half my death count removed 4 minutes. Nice, that's awesome, man. Congrats. Good stuff. I really look forward to playing that map. Shong is exactly what I prefer. I'm looking forward to Shong. I think it's gonna be a really fun time. I think Shong is gonna be extraordinarily difficult, but very fun. Damn. How many Drifting Deep streams does it take to beat Drifting Deep? Probably quite a few, considering my average stream is 3 hours, and then Saturday's like sometimes doubled. What do you think will be your first crack? Probably Pumber. If I'm honest, probably Pumber. How did I not go down? Sad. Do Nalumbo, it's a blast. I'm sure it is. I'd rather not for now, because Nalumbo is quite literally a map that hurts your hands, and I'm still in the process of like fixing my wrists. Like, my wrists are a lot better than they were like 3 weeks ago, but I still have wrist pain in my right wrist. They were really bad 3 weeks ago, actually. I was actually getting a little worried for the sake of streaming. But they're a lot better now, and it's actually possible to work and play without agonizing at night. Good stuff. I'm able to beat Belly of the Beast for soup. I don't know how the rest of the map rooms are. I think you'll probably be fine, honestly, which is just very strange to me. I didn't expect to make that. Very strange to me that you're so good at Belly of the Beast, considering like Polaris is so difficult to you, because it's more or less like the same things. Like, Belly of the Beast is arguably harder than Polaris. Something interesting happened today. Me and a friend have created a new technique for speedrunning a game in Roblox. Nice. Cannonball fun, hold one puff. Yeah, the puffer is weird. Nalumbo's easier than Summit for every room but Final. Final is just really long, so it makes it harder than Summit. That's fair. I'm not so much like afraid of Nalumbo. It's more like everyone says there are 2 maps within SJ that make their hands hurt. Psychokinetic and Nalumbo. That's fair, yeah. I'm just kind of commenting on that general thought. Oh, my headphone's falling out and it's really bothering me. Yeah, hold on. Ivory hurt my hands way more. I'm not too worried about Ivory, actually. It sounds silly, I'm just not overly worried for Ivory. Polaris is very different, gotcha. PK didn't hurt my hands at all. My hands were generally hurting by the end of PK. Mosaic. I could see Mosaic, yeah. Especially a Mosaic last room. And a Final Berry, even. Mosaic Final Berry would actually be pain. Hey JDO, how are you, friend? How have the streams been going? Good luck Tokyo drifting. Oh, bless, thank you. Balls! Polaris hurts. Belly Beast is a dedicated hold map where Polaris has like text spam elements. Fair. Street Barrier 3 hurt my hands due to how hard I was holding grab. Boomer, do you need to hold grab anywhere within Barrier 3? You don't, surely. I'm almost certain you don't. Oh, right at the very, no, it's an ice wall at the very end. Boomer? We need to have a talk. Comfort button. True. Oh, I didn't think I hit it. Irie is my least favorite GM map. I like that map only because its atmosphere is great. I had the shittiest time playing it. It was the second maddest I've ever gotten at Celeste. Interesting. I've never gotten mad at Celeste. Like, for being as hard of a video game as Celeste is, it's not a game I've ever been like absolutely mad at, which is kind of... Fuck this map. It's sorry. It's kind of strange. I think maybe it's because like I stream it as well. It might be a different experience if I wasn't streaming it, because it's like, it helps to talk to chat. I'm doing well, watching from work so I can't chat too much to have fun. Totally fair. Good luck working. Thank you for tuning in. Normally if a map requires me to hold grab for the entire time, I just turn on toggle grab. Yeah. I did it for Pumber and my pinky finger thanked me. That's not a bad idea, honestly. It's quite the good idea, even. I'll keep that in mind. The grab I made, I think 1 or 2 mid-air supers ever so slightly more lenient, which is definitely worth it. In Barrier 3? Why don't I remember any mid-air supers in Barrier 3? Like, I'm not saying you're lying, I just don't remember them. That's not a finger, I use it for Celeste. I use my pinky finger for grabbing as well. Balls. Keyboard moment. Actual keyboard moment. I'm feeling the sleep buff though, like, I say that. I use my ring finger for grab. I use my 3 fingers for jump, dash, and hyper. So hyper is index, regular dash is middle finger, and then jump is Z. Hey Alex, how are you, friend? Dream is my top 5 Sharper Gem maps, including Heartsides. Absolutely adore this map. It's a great map. I feel like this map is extremely well done. Good luck, Dreep. Thank you, friend. How are you? Okay. I'll be going now, see ya. Have a good sleep, Luca. Thank you for stopping by, friend. I'm going too early there. I use the same finger for dash and jump, the same finger for jump 1 and demo. Then ring for grab. Interesting. I would mess things up too much if I switch. I do want to switch around, I actually just want to move my whole controls a step higher though my keyboard. It'd be better ergonomically. But I'll do that at some point, that's not now. This map is great. I've seen some people complain that it combines too many random mechanics. But I feel like it's probably a good thing once you reach hour 2. Is that 2 or is that like 2 dash, like 20? Which one is it? Balls! Oh no, like I genuinely thought that was just like a general all-purpose dash for like 20, anything in the 20s. I used the same finger for dash in demo. I would mess it up too much. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If it works, hell yeah. I would just mess my controls up too much in that case. I'm gonna go watch Amber Heard, Johnny Depp trial. All right, you know, have fun. See you, Bunjo. Have a good evening, friend. My demo button's directly above my normal dash. Interesting. I feel like that would have worked at one point for me, like in advanced. But now the fact that I use like demoing so often. What am I doing wrong there? Am I just not waiting long enough? I feel like it would wreck me. Pinky is jump 2, ring finger is grab, middle finger is dash, and pause, pointer finger is dash, thumb is demo. For my right hand, I use arrow keys plus pointer finger on jump 3. Have you seen that the VCs get more active these days? I have. I've actually been... So like, I have all notifications on for the entire server except for 2 channels, and that's memes and one other channel. Memes and lore, that's what it was. I have memes and lore muted just because like I don't feel like I need to monitor that too much. I don't feel like I really need to monitor Discord in general. Like there's only ever been one problem in the Discord and it got taken care of really quickly. I knew it was too far, yeah. What about the insane meme? I'm gonna be so honest for you. I don't have time to go through the memes. You can meme away, I just don't have time to go through the memes. Like, quality meme. It's just, I think Alex is tassing. I'm just gonna say that. Am I missing this now? I probably shouldn't have a climb button, but I do. That's alright. 9% of the reason I have notifications anywhere is just because I'm too lazy to remove it. I have to have notifications off for most servers. Why am I going right? Brain is just like not cooperating today. Brain! Like I have notifications for like streams going live from a lot of servers. But if I had notifications for every server just live, I would never know when like my own server goes off and stuff like that. Only have ping notice? So fair. That's actually why I added the custom role to get notifications. Because one, I kind of hate the idea of like adding everyone every time the stream goes live. I feel like that's a great way to get people to just like mute your server for everyone notifications. So I keep those off. So the only time you're like, for now at least, unless for some reason we maybe this is like a cursed thought. Unless the stream blows up for some reason, which it won't in Celeste, I'm gonna keep it to just like @stream notifications. And then only use @everyone if there's like, hey, there's spam going around, hey, there's a dangerous link going around, stuff like that. Like, this is for your protection. Or hey, this is happening. Stuff like that. Balls! Stuff like that. What about if I beat Grandmaster Heartside? I will not be adding the server for that, but you will get a solid congratulations. The fact that Rick got a expert hardside golden say was very impressive. I need to not talk and just focus. What if you be Grandmaster Hardside? I will not be adding the server for that. It's the sort of thing, like, it'll be very clear when I eventually do Grandmaster Hardside. It'll be a very big thing within the stream. And I think anyone who wants to be there to see that will be there already. Balls. What if they're not? I'm sure there'll be a clip. It's the sort of thing where, like, if no one else is gonna clip it, I'm probably gonna clip it myself and make a short out of it. Like, hey, this is a really cool thing I did. Come check out the stream. Like, big clears like that are just free advertisement. But what if they missed the Twitch moment? Noibat, whoa, it's that guy. That guy? They'll have the stream clips for it. That feather is so toxic. This map is toxic, kind of is. Hey, Strawberry Taco, how are you, friend? Bah! I debugged to the final room of this, and I just have to say, good luck. I haven't heard anything bad about the last room. I know room 9 is quite bad, but I don't know. Arrogance, perhaps? I'm not too worried about it. This is like a map of all time. I enjoy random ass golden grinds. This would feel like a good golden grind. Noibat's silly. Its evolution is so good too. Updreet? Yes. Oh, a silver grind, but same difference. Final room confused my brain. Have you tried routing this room yet? This is not a good golden, I think. Really? I feel like this would be a really good silver. Mostly because Heck will get FC. Oh, Heck will FC this no problem. This is like very, very easy for Heck to FC. Balls! The FC sellers above Feral Golden. Oh yeah, of course. Undoubtedly. Dumb question. Are there any FC silvers within the Grandmaster lobby that aren't above Feral Golden? Yes. Which ones? Unless, sorry. Greens, Belly the Beast, Ivory, but that's like, I like half the lobby. Really? Interesting. I'm quite surprised by that. I guess Feral Golden is just like a pure endurance thing then. Ah, I hate that. Probably Lava Layer or Fraction. I could definitely see Lava Layer being below it, yeah. Lava Layer was like, again, hard for me, but I think on average Lava Layer is a pretty easy map. Finally fixed the problem where I'd always dash when I exit CNET chat. I had the dash key bind to the same button as chat. Oh no! That's actually hilarious. That's actually so funny. Lava layer is like barely below 7 BG. Really? I've not even tried for 7 BG, so I've barely tried for 7 AG. My PB is only like, oh, I don't know, 1,000 meters or something. Maybe. It's not that far. It's not that far at all. Basically, I'd pause the game, which is pretty much on frame 1 of my dash, and I close chat and complete the dash. That makes sense. Yeah. This map is just nightmarishly long. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm only 10 hours in, which is. It feels weird, like, oh yeah, only 10 hours. Like, I'm only 10 hours in. I'm still enjoying it. It doesn't feel that difficult yet. That's like the hardest part of the entire map right there. I should say this room at least. It's just having to buffer that jump through. Especially for like any speed, it just is. It's not depressingly difficult, it's not. Dream Full Clear Silver is as hard as Summit Silver, Solar FG, or Full Clear. Or Solaris Full Clear Gold and Solar, in case you want to like the difficulty comparison. I'm very surprised to hear that, actually. Alright, so maybe like it won't be so simple for Heck then. Like it won't be any Shong, but it'll still be hard. I knew it. That's a weird spot for me. Cause like if you haven't done this map, you need to just like slightly extend your demo out of it, but don't extend it too much. It's a fairly tight window actually. Unless it's like a trick I don't know, it's actually a pretty tight window. I hit that? That was incredible. Depressingly difficult is not something I've encountered yet. I'm sure that'll happen in reds. False! I'm really tempted to try out Pumper Silver, but I don't think I'm even insane enough to do that. Most people cannot achieve Pumper Silver, and that's like nothing against your own. That's just an insane silver. And probably not even because like a skill thing. Pumper's tier 1, yeah, that's like a silver like most people cannot achieve. It's just, that's just insane. Like I know Nins did it, but Nins is next caliber. Balls. Pumpers Express FC, Summit FC, Shattersong FC, Droop FC, Summit Non-FC, World Abyss, those the ones above Farewell Golden. Solaris is above Farewell Golden. Vidi too. I'm not even slightly surprised Vidi. Not even slightly. Vidi's insane. Solar's above regular. The Pumper gameplay is just so insanely fun. Go for it. Like honestly, if you feel like you can do it, don't let it stop you. I way overestimated the fast bubble berry. I got it previously. It's not bad. It's really not. The fast bubble berry is slower than the fast bubbling on berry 1. There's just more fast bubbling, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know Vidi's doing Dark Moon Ruins right now. I would love to watch, but I'm trying to stay like as unspoiled on it as possible. I would love to watch that though, because that'd be really cool to see. Which one is the fast berry? That is berry 3. It's really not that hard. Well, actually it's berry 1 and berry 3. but berry 3 is more directly fast bubble berry. I'm not on that yet. I'm actually depressed dying to that because you can actually just fall right through there and land on it. It's entirely safe. I'll show you next time we get there. Interesting. Don't trust maps. It's the hardest. Don't trust map. It's the hardest room in the map. Trust me. Don't trust Matt. Dimar is epico. Happy? I just had a thought. Hold on. Oh, that's so much easier. Okay, that's way easier. Sorry. I just discovered you can just like dash back instead of dashing down left. And it gives you way more time to set up the next dash. Hydration. I'll do it in just a second here. Wait, don't. Sorry. I demoed into it and then I realized what I did wrong. I wish I could play. You're not too bad. It's. I bet you if you start from the start, you could be where I am if you don't get the berries within a few hours. If not faster. I just realized that since I beat Sapphire Dash from 1, I could beat DMR. Yeah, probably. Very, very likely. I'm 5 hours in this map and I'm room 4. That's good. Okay, let's not mind block the jump throughs now. Thank you. Oh. I would argue that right there is the only section I don't like in this room. The rest is... I'm not a fan of that demo at the very end. I'm not a fan... Never mind. I'm realizing there's a lot in this room I'm not a fan of, including the ice wall at the very end. I can't wait to choke that. I'm so excited. If you just fall right here, it's safe. And I don't think that's intended. Is this funny demo at the end of the room? This is the one that has that weird demo. That's like, you go from a bubble into a demo, and if you like exit the demo too early, you hit your head on spikes, but if you exit too late, you don't get the speed you need for the ultra. Uh-oh. We're fine. Huh? We're no longer fine. True. Oh. It's this demo right here is very toxic. Where is it? Oh, you know what? You can't see it because it actually has a block that rises up from hitting the switches. But typically there'd be a block right here, and if you pull a demo out of here, if you exit too early, you'll hit your head right here. If you exit too late, you'll get too much speed. You'll go past this block, actually. So you have to exit, like, right in here. It's a small window. It's very weird. More like fire comedy. Actual comedy gold. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Like, I see the advantages of doing that, but... Is that an incident? That might be an incident, honestly. Light. What is this, a Kingdom Hearts game? I love the Kingdom Hearts series. I'm so glad it ended at Kingdom Hearts 2, man. Really good choice to end Kingdom Hearts at Kingdom Hearts 2, nothing after that. Really big fan of that decision. Sorry. I'm hitting it too early. I can feel that. Don't get me wrong, Kingdom Hearts 3 was a great game, but as someone who was like so invested into the story up to Kingdom Hearts 2, they entirely lost me after that. The gameplay was still good, but the story was just so far out there at that point that I was like, I don't know what's going on. There's like 17 Xehanort, 17 Soras, like Kyrie's here, I think. This guy came back from the dead, so did this guy, so did that guy. Everyone's back from the dead, actually. Okay. I played One Shot for the first time 2 days ago, and I am a changed person now. That's the one. Yeah, I've heard good things about One Shot. I've never played it, but I've heard good things. It was on my list for a minute there. And it technically still is. I'm glad all the games between 2 and 3, and just like, I'm glad all the games between 2 and 3 and just not even considered. I'm sure the main ones are the only ones that matter. Exactly, the mini games between like the main games, of course they don't matter, you know? Why would they matter to the story? If you play One Shot, play it blind, please. I will. Ah! Yeah, that's the goal. If I play One Shot, I need to hit these. Thank you. One Shot is so good. Yeah, don't you? Isn't your profile picture on Discord literally the character from One Shot? Huh? It's the kind of thing you get told to do after playing the game, so I just wanted to check. Did you do the thing with the skills and the other stuffs and the things? Lots of things and stuffs. I see. Cool. I didn't think I made that, honestly. It's feeling good. Balls! I'm onto who you truly are. You're one of the dragon overlords, aren't you? TM Matt. How are you doing, Grady? How are you, friend? I felt bad last night. As soon as like Kit was ending, I went to make tea real quick, and by the time I got back, she was offline. I was like, no! I've messed up. SG Matt. Bloodspot's fairly on par there. SG. SG? Can we refresh me on what SG is? I'm a boomer, remember? That felt weird. The camera does not like that. Did you see the camera for a second there? It did not like that. Pokey buddy. Ditto! I love it. Oh, there's like 3 things at the very end I can choke on, and I am consistently just choking. It's so good. Why would I do that? What's my Pokebuddy? Hold on. This is important. Hold on, this is important. Pokebuddy. What? I have a frog? Honestly, Froakie's pretty cool. I'll take a Froakie. His evolution's amazing. I'm pretty sure his evolution has been banned a couple times, right? No, maybe not. That's Incineroar. Yeah, he's a good Pokemon, especially with the Battle Bond ability. Battle Bond is actually broken on him. Dude, that new Pokemon, that new Ghost Grass Pokemon that just came out is so cool. I think Greninja got banned in singles. Oh yeah, dude, that ability is broken as well. I use that ability a lot in my Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon playthrough. I'm gonna get the Pokemon Twitch extension and become #1. It's wild. Yeah, it's so crazy. The fact that it changed your type before you use the move. So every move is stab is just insane. Like every move being stab is genuinely just like, I don't know how that got past QA. Or yeah, testing. Good nerf this gen? It got nerfed? I know too much about Pokemon for someone who has never played it. I can either have a Sylveon or Lycanroc as my buddy. Sylveon's cool. Depends on the Lycanroc form for me. Lycanroc Dusk? Chef kiss. Midnight? Eh. I'm a Lycanroc Midnight hater. I'm not a fan of the no guard ability. I love Midnight Lycanroc. I don't care what anyone says, looks cool. That's fair. You only use it once before switching out now. Oh, really? Is that like in the actual game itself, or is that just like competitively changed? Because that's almost not a useless ability, but that's more like, okay, you're using Choice Scarf now sort of thing. I'm pretty sure it's in the game itself too. That's actually a massive change. Yeah, that makes him a Choice Scarf, Choice Band, Attacker, etc. It's a chill one, not Red one. Red one's my fave. Huh. Remind me to save state there, so I can like practice that last session just briefly. That's kind of wild. I'm actually really surprised to hear they changed that. Because that was like the big signature move. Does any other Pokemon have that ability? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that is simply Greninja's. Greninja. Whatever. Balls. Unless it's like a new Pokemon from the new gen, that's entirely possible. The grass type starter has it too. Oh, the cat. Really? The cat does? I was not expecting that. And the fire starter in Gen 8. Fire starter Gen 8. That would have been Sword and Shield. Cinderace? That's wrong, right? Do you have the countdown for Pokemon game? I don't think I do. Countdown for Pokemon. What is that? Does Cinder... Oh, no wonder Cinderace is so busted. Okay, that makes sense why the Weed Cat has it then. Oh, that's right. It is called Libero, whatever it is. I didn't know that's what the ability did, though. I just knew it had that ability. Does the Weed Cat have straight up protein? Is that how I'd say it? I don't know. It's one of those things like I read all the time, but I never internalize how to say it. Or does it have like its own spin-off on it? It just has it? Okay, cool. Whoop. There's a counter that tells when Pokemon will show up. One I saw had their setup, and a Pokemon shows up when it hits 0 and resets. Interesting. Oh, you know what? That might be like an on-stream timer or something. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. Quick save there. Oh wait, hold on. No! Damn. That's unfortunate. I still have the wall to go, but I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'm making a big deal of the wall. I'm not worried about the wall that much. That was last input. It was the last input before the neutrals, yeah. Sorry? That demo. That demo's toxic, man. I've been in like relationships less toxic than that. Dude, I was having like a really interesting talk with my best friend recently. About like dating and stuff like that. And just like how you have to go through a lot of relationships. Not even like a lot of, you have to go through a few relationships at least before you start understanding what you're looking for. It's a wild conversation, actually. Like, I know that sounds pretty fundamental, I guess. Ooh, you're the worst. Very interesting conversation, though. I hate you. Yeah, so it's like that. Yeah, in the beginning you kind of go with it and see where it gets you. Yeah, it's like what's kind of crazy is my most recent relationship, can't even call it that realistically, it was just like this thing. It taught me more than any of the actual relationships I had in my life, which is just kind of wild, just because of who the person was. It's like that, yeah, it's like that to that to that. See, I'm not worried about that at all. What I've learned about this, it's super easy to just like get to the top and then just bounce your way up. I'm not even slightly worried about that. Like, I'm gonna naturally get really nervous at that point. But I think at this point... Hey Winter, how are you, friend? I think at this point, that's not gonna be too bad. Balls! It's a nerve check. You know, I've had like skill checks, I've had like DPS checks in games. In no game have I played, have they ever thrown a nerve check at me. I am Winter, amazing. New discovery. Extra information. Character profile unlocked. GGP set. What? did Winter get a new PC? I am Summer. I'm not. Could be. It's in your jurisdiction. Oh, are you building your first PC? You're not even first PC. Are you building a PC, I should say? Egg. I have a Noibat and a Sobble. Aw, Sobble's a sweetie. Summer is not my name for the record. At least it doesn't show me. Really? Can anyone else redeem egg? Amazon is delivering by tomorrow, which is crazy. Good luck, PC. Hey, good. Thanks, Nightbot. Ooh, that's not gonna make it. I'm sorry? I wasn't aware ass dueling was a thing we did on Twitch. This is new information to me. Balls. Where am I? I should be here, which means there. Now if I die, good job, shut up. Did you get B3? I got B3, no problem. B3 is actually very easy. It was easier than Buried 1 or 2 in my opinion. Go to Stream Desk Extensions, click the sword on top of the menu, go to the private mode, enter Balls 23 for 50% off your order. Sorry. Not that kind of stream. When I used to play OSRS, for some reason every single streamer there had a Manscaped sponsor, and I don't know why. Oh my god! Okay, slow down. Don't you have a state? I have Idaho. Not a very good one, but it is a state. How many times have you sighed at my jokes? I don't blame you, I'm just curious. Oh, not enough. Sighing is a lot of effort. The jokes aren't worth it. This is so sad. Clean buffer, thank you. Not even a sigh anymore. I'm sorry to hear about it. Me too. I love buffering my jumps. It's so good. You know the state's good when like all of our doctors are leaving because they're worried about being sued. Huge 77% decrease in volume. I have a decently large case right now. I'm moving to mini. I see what you mean. That's cool. You're talking about computers again. I thought for some reason when you said case, I was thinking a legal case. If you're a loved one or suffering from idol-related complications, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Idaho. Excuse me. If I could just choke the last one more time, that'd be really cool, so I can just like milk the content a little bit more. Like, I don't feel like we're getting enough content out of this room. Like, a few more deaths on the end screen would be very, very cool. Thank you. $1080 to a 4070 Ti. When you say huge, that's like a size increase too. The 4000 series is so big. Like, my 3080 is still already massive. And then the 4000 series, like, let's double it. Like, I'm pretty sure if I wanted to get a 4000 series, I would need a new case. 10 hours is not enough. True. What? I got like a smaller one because the case is small. There are definitely small ones. Are there? The only 4000 I've seen are like massive, like need a briefcase for it. I have a 3070, it's mini. Do you know the exact model of your 3080? Yeah, it's an EVGA XC3. So I think it's like technically bigger when it comes to actual 3080 size. But I'm actually a really big fan of the XC3. Cool. There's the content. So if I'm liking Dreep at under 8 hours, it means I'll start liking it. Yes, if you're disliking Dreep at under 8 hours, once you hit the 8-hour mark, like some music starts playing, and then you automatically start liking Dreep. It's a really cool change. I'm glad they put that psychological aspect into it. Excuse me? I thought I was safe. Like, once you get to 8 hours of Dreep, like, this just starts playing. And then you start liking it. It's really cool. Like, you just get, like, this whole change of mindset. The map suddenly becomes great. Best map ever. Oh, psychological manipulation. In Strawberry Jam. Neat. What is your worth per minute? About 100. Ferret. Thank you. That's all you get, though. How you doing, Robin? I can do about 100 at 100% accuracy. Anything above that, I start losing accuracy. Okay, I'm back. Welcome back. Egg? Like what, bro? True. I was doing some one-shot troubleshooting. How many shots do you have of that? Jokes are terrible today. Like, these are lower quality for me. Really bad jokes. Did you see what, like, the City Skylines 2 invite crew are doing? So City Skylines 2 has a, well, obviously it's a new game. And they invited a bunch of people to basically play their new game as like a publicity stunt. But the thing is, they'll be hanging like 50 meters in the air, or like 100 meters in the air while playing it. So they're quietly suspended above a city as they're playing City Skylines. It sounds terrifying and like one of the best marketing tactics I've ever seen. My internet exploded. Grats! My internet was having issues earlier today too, but it seems to be doing okay now. It's a weird save, but I'll take it. I got Dreepberry 1. The fubbling was easy. The reverse bubble into the hyper into an ultra was the hard part. Yeah, like the fast bubbling is super easy. The problem I had with that is I started going too fast to the point where the platform wasn't there and I couldn't actually do what I needed to do. But if I tried to slow down, I would go too slow. very weird mechanic. So my card is 23 millimeters longer and 12 millimeters longer, and like that's not much at all, honestly. Like that's pretty thick considering like mine's already a bit of a thick card, but in comparison to what like a Reddit makes it look like, that's really not that bad. And Asus has like a 4080 aim to creators with bit small. I like Asus. If you can get the Strix, they're more expensive, but they're so pretty. I couldn't justify a Strix 3080 because it was straight up like $1,300. But I could justify the XE3. It's massive, but it's so pretty. 1300, yeah, it was like 1,300 for the 3080. This was like peak shortage though. Only 1,300? No, like this was like straight up peak shortage. Like I was fighting people for GPUs. Oh, makes sense. Yeah, I'm really proud. Like during that shortage, I managed to get like 3 3080s, and I just sold them locally for the price that I got them at, for people who are looking for them. $3080 Ti is 800. That's similar performance to 3090 Ti. Yeah, I'm glad we're out of that out of the shortage. That was horrible. Matt killed a man. I may have killed a man. Dude, I got a 3080 Founders at one point. You have to kill a man for that. Are we talking about computers or calculators? I can't tell. What is a computer but just like a really strong calculator, you know? I'll build my first PC back in 2017 during the RAM shortage. I'll be honest, I had no clue there was a RAM shortage. Most because I wasn't in the market for a computer until a while ago. Money problems. Ah! I paid like $140 for shitty bottom tier 2x8G. That's really expensive. I think I paid that much for 32 gigs now. And it's like good RAM even. Balls! Sorry. Pokemon shortage. You can get a decent kit for like 60 now. Yeah. Even RAM was more expensive during the GPU shortage though, unfortunately. But all tied to the same issues. I'm upset. DDR5 is still stupidly expensive. Like, I can't even justify that price, even now. Granted, DDR5 would actually require a new CPU and motherboard for me. This is a good stream for balls enjoyers, balls lovers thriving tonight. What is the drifting incident? I already know the answer to that, never mind. The incident is that I've gotten to the end 3 times and I've choked in 3 different ways. Oh, I love how Irisu gets here and Marbles gets redeemed. 1 sec, we'll Marble in just a second here. Sweet. You can get a pretty good kit of 32 around 100. It's reasonable now? Is it really? Like, if it's actually reasonable now, that may be worth looking into in, like, the future at some point. When it first came out, it was, like, ungodly expensive, and there was no reason to buy it. Who did that to Butt Spot? I can't remember, honestly. I think it was Luca. Oh, never mind. Yeah, exactly. Getting us an SNES? What? I have no plans on getting an SNES, I'll be honest with you. Can you die in this? Can you even die in this? Oh, there's pegs, you can die in this, which means it's this kind of prediction. If you'd like to play marbles, exclamation for play game can be solid, I don't know, 45 seconds? Feeling generous. Good luck. I lived these, we'll see. Does Irisu live? Does he? I'm getting the old ones now that I have the new ones. Doesn't like the Switch allow you to play SNES games though? What did Trick do? Oh my god, Trick! Not all of them. I redeemed a Butt Spot redeem, but it just voided it. Let me see what I have on my end. It sure did all, oh, because you just put a pyramid, or period in, that's why. I see. What do you want it to say, Strawberry Taco? Wait, did you enter? Are you in here? Oh, I was looking for white. I wanted to say period. It may not work. I'll see though. It worked. If he's gonna die right here. This is where Irisu would die. Surely. Surely? Oh, it's not looking good. It was close. He's going around. He's thinking about it. He's going for the strats. I think he's alive. I think he just lived. I hit the edge of the course and I fucking exploded. What happened? I have no clue. There's more pegs. He's not out of the clear yet. There are more pegs. Oh, I think they're just... Oh, they're just spikes. Never mind. He's in the clear. Just wait. He can still get stuck. Don't put it past him. Like, if he gets stuck on nothing, it's just ogre. It's all Jover for him. I want to know what those are about right there. Bro, I got second place. I think he's alive. I think he's done it. He's done it. We love a strong 10th. You lived, it's progress. The end of the track does look like a penis. Thanks, man. This concludes my fun fact. Trick, myself, Yellow Boomer, Cactus, Globstrawberry Taco, Pulse, Favre, Irisu, Shiggy, Alex, and unfortunately, Winter did not finish. Thank you for marbling. It was a little rigged, wasn't it? I think I've mind blocked this part, which is really unfortunate, really. Ah. There you go. What? Okay, whatever. Good jump, mate. Thanks, mate. You know what I'm kind of upset about? I practiced this map for about 15 minutes last night. And I actually finished this room. Do subs and sim have a higher chance of winning, or is it all random? It's entirely random. Marbles does not actually have any luck based on if you're subscribed or not. Now me, I have no higher chance either. Sorry, I refuse to be, period. It's purely Dom. I see. I'm not into that, but thank you, Buttspot. I refuse to be. I also refuse to be. Irisu is the only one that it's rigged for. I'm convinced Irisu is pissed off like the marble god, like the ancient Greek god of marbling. Marblus. Marbolus. Miffless. I don't know. Shut up. I need to know what I'm doing wrong here. It's like that. I see it. Yeah. So what I was doing wrong before, I was jumping and then going forward. If instead I just hit it with a neutral, like this. Hold on. You have plenty of time. Well, more time than that. I've died every time except this last round. Marbiavos.
Marbi Avalosa.
Thank you so much. Every now and then, Twitch chat says a word. I'm like, what the fuck does that say? Oh, did Boomer's intro work? It did, and it was marvelous. I'm half tempted to have him play it again because it was so good. Marble. It was amazing. Boomer, you know what? Let's do it again. Let's show him what it's all about. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. I'm just so happy with that. Sounds just like Boomer. The Mamma Mia man is here. I have considered just making this it. Like, just this video right here.
You mean I wasted my tomato sauce?
Honestly, would have been pretty fitting as well. Did decide against it ultimately, but we thought about it. Damn, chat dead today or something. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Chat's been pretty active. Every time it happens, there's a 150 chance of playing on top of the regular Mamma Mia. I don't think it can accept percentages, unfortunately. I'm a genius. Can mine have the sound effect of Mario saying, if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die? Could you link that to me? Balls! Oh, I guess I got here at a bad time. Yeah, chat's been active as ever today. What is this conversation? We're talking about Mario's tomato sauce. Very important topics. You beat Barry 2, so I'm all caught up to you? Nice, congrats. I already linked in the Discord. I DM'd you the YouTube video. So I've been hit with two things all of a sudden. Hold. Oh, it's this video. I don't think I can show that on stream. Can I show that on stream? Is that stream safe? I think it's stream safe, surely, right? He just scares me, I'm gonna be honest. Like, real Mario is just like an intimidating looking guy. Hold on. Like, a real Mario is straight up just like an intimidating looking guy. Hold.
I'm Captain Lou Albano talking to you about drugs. Kids, don't be afraid to say no. Anyone that asks you to use drugs is not your friend. Drugs can and will kill. Remember, don't be afraid to turn to your priest, your rabbi, your minister, your moms, your dads, your teachers, because drugs can kill. And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Please.
Please. The please at the end, just like, don't do drugs. I'm begging you. They paid me to do this advertisement. If you do drugs, Luigi's taking over. They have my family. The Toads are in danger. Bowser's already at my doorstep. How could you refuse that, man? So true. Clearly someone doesn't watch the Super Mario Super Show. I apparently did not. Lag? Ah. That dash is so cursed. Why is that dash so cursed? Was the which number was this? 6? Yeah, this is 6. Was the Mario Super Show as cursed as like the Sonic show? Huh? Was the Sonic show cursed? Extremely. There's an episode where George Washington came up, so yes. Oh yeah, I played Sonic Frontiers today. I've heard that's pretty good, actually. I thought I remember one of the Sonic shows being like not bad, but I've never seen any of them. The Sonic show wasn't cursed. Have you seen Eggman in that? You're gonna tell me that wasn't cursed? Are you out of your mind? I have. He's amazing. Wait, which Sonic show? Like the old, original one. There's like 5? Is there really? I'm thinking of the cursed one. I hope this helps. You mean the one where Robotnik has like a... Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, it's great. Did anyone ever play that one Sonic game where like Sonic just turns into a werewolf? That was like the Sonic game of all time. I think you dashed the wrong way. Oh, is that what I did wrong? Thanks. Sonic the Twilight Forest? I don't know that one. Decided to turn on CNET. It's not as lagging. It's like, oh, nice. The two shows I grew up on were the Mario Super Bros. Super Show and the Sonic the Hedgehog Show. I grew up on like Ed, Ed, and Eddie, which everyone loves Sonic Unleashed. somehow Sonic Unleashed pushed the PS5. 6, 3. Hold on. Ed, Ed, and Eddie was awesome. It really was. It's a joke led into Zelda Twilight Forest, which has... I really like Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess was so good. It was a gritty Zelda game. But it really showed the capability of the Wii. And the GameCube even. Ed, and Eddie was awesome. Big fan. I call it Twilight Forest. Fair enough, honestly. I just like that you can get a Wolf Link in Breath of the Wild. Ooh, that felt weird. I have Twilight Force HD for the Wii, like 2 steps behind me in my Wii game collection. Twilight Forest HD. I need them to release both Twilight Princess and like more so Wind Waker onto the Switch. Like I desperately need that. You have no idea how bad I need Twilight Princess on the Switch. Not Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. Brain. Wind Waker on the Switch, I think that exists. It does not. There's Wind Waker on the Wii, and it might even be on the Wii U, but it is not on the Switch. Wii U? Yep, there it is. Which is weird, because, like, it should be pretty easily portable, considering they ported Breath of the Wild over relatively easily. Angry Madeline noises. I'm convinced they're waiting for something. What am I doing? I'm convinced they're waiting for something to release that because, like, releasing Wind Waker onto the Switch would be such an insane cash cow. Switch 2 2024. Ugh. They've not even confirmed a Switch 2 yet, as far as I know. Like, they're just milking the Switch 1 so hard right now. Balls! Pulse Cat. Why are you staring? Seven years is kind of a long console cycle. It's such a long console cycle. Like, the fact that they've kept it around, it's held up fairly well. Don't get me wrong. Like, the Switch has some pretty noticeable hardware issues. But the fact that it still holds up pretty well with games like Tears of the Kingdom speaks quite a bit for it. Irsu! Thank you. Huh? You were like right on top of me. I was right on top of you regardless. Read my messages. No! Be Kirby's Adventure on my actual NES. I can't imagine the shit Tears of the Kingdom devs went through. I know, right? Like, Tears of the Kingdom is just gorgeous, and I did not think the Switch had the capability to run that. It is genuinely, like, downright gorgeous, and I'm so surprised. And we're done with the room. You like drifting? That's all I need. I just needed you here. Thank you so much for being unbalanced, honestly. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. I can't make it stop. Unbalanced buff goes crazy. Nuh-uh. We've been working on that room for a few hours, and the fact that you just got here and we beat it, speaks volumes, honestly. That's a berry right there, isn't it? All right, let's go to the berry. How bad could the berry be? Frick! My Switch struggled a bit with Tears of the Kingdom more than Breath of the Wild. I agree, so did mine. But I even have like the newer Switch, which it's not like an old dying Switch or anything. There's just areas where it just can't handle it. But then you get those gorgeous sunsets where it's just like, Funny Feather going through Spinner Juiceberry. Spinner Juiceberry, what? Surely the berry is easy. It is, it isn't. All right, I might just chill while you get this berry instead of doing it myself. Don't say that! I just beat the room that Cinnamon luck is real. I don't know if it's in my luck. I'm getting 20 FPS. Yeah! Spinner Juice, the pixel between... Is it really? That's cute. I had no clue Spinner Juice was called that. God, what is that? Yeah, no, the starting area is definitely laggy. Which is weird, because like I feel like they're loading less in that area. But maybe I don't understand how video games work. So what do you want from me, game? This is the room I was on for hour 16, and once I reached hour 16, it was really easy. Five-hour video. We could just watch this for 5 hours. Oh, this is huge. Actually, get out of the way! Thank you. Actually, huge content right there. There we go. Longest on YouTube. Doing inside of 3 buildings tonight, one setup, not too bad of a day. Sounds a little bit easier than the previous days. This is a historic video. Is it? It's 10 years old, Jesus. Had longest video on YouTube. Oh wow, that's impressive, honestly. We've doubled it since. Glad to hear it wasn't too bad though, Creaty. Left a bad first impression. Yeah, I can understand that. Both the title is to believed. 5 hours longest on YouTube. Oh, didn't even notice that. I have no idea what this flame-like substance is, but I love it. Love to hear it. Yeah, no, I was afraid when Tears of the Kingdom was like, we'll just go back. Was like lagging right on Tutorial Island. Hyper, okay. But then you get off Tutorial Island and it runs so smoothly in like 90% of areas, which I attribute that as like a huge win to the game. Wait, was that fire 28 seconds ago? You're gonna have to check the VOD for that one. Balls. Is that fire? Is that just a normal dream jump? Boom to carry your momentum, go around there. I think it's just normal dream jump, actually. And then you're collecting dream jumps here. You're gonna demo through there. You're gonna dream jump, boop, boop, through there. That's really rude right there. Oh no, you carry all 3 dream jumps through here, okay. Holy fuck. Fire. Into there, oh, disgusting. Into a super, let's say super. That feels super. Super into a wounce, into a feather, into a boom to boom, to a ultra, choltra. Where are we going? We're going straight through the spikes. What do you mean it doesn't stop? Oh, I see what you're doing. you carry all of your speed from the shoulder at the end, and you get like a massive feather boost right here, and you use the rest of the feathering to get you across into a straight line. Okay, cool. Yep. This is a disgusting berry. Simply go... Jesus, hiccups. It's not a regular jump. Happy? Feathers were a mistake. Birds are a mistake. Berry looks fun. The berry looks pretty fun. It's a nice change from the last room. You'll love seeing a new room. This berry is great. Post 16-hour room. I mean, I have 5 more hours before we hit hour 16, so if I can beat this berry sub 5 hours, I'll consider myself decently skilled at the game. I literally just need to do the tower thing. If I could just like do that basically, that'd be really cool. Tower thing! Alright. You have 3, I have 3 before hour 8, so I can start liking this map in 3 hours. That's a weird double jump. Brain doesn't like. Something about jumps on this map feels almost unnatural. I think it's only because this map has gone so long without using these jumps in a traditional fashion that using them now is a little odd. All right. GG room, thanks man. I really do like the mid-air jump ultra part of this room at least. Yeah. Last week before I move, starting to get a bit of anxiety. Oh shoot. Moving's huge. Good luck moving, honestly. Like, butt spots here for you. Good luck moving though. Moving can be scary. I've done it way too many times, but you got this. Jump, don't dash. Like, especially moving far away or like from family. That's always like the weird part. Glove. Gloves. You just need a glove when you move, you know? Like, gloves. Where are we going? Just be careful that reaching hour 18 doesn't double your hatred instead of removing it. The exponential hatred, it just grows. Never thought about that. Glove. Playing Celeste map right now, I'm at this point, I've completely forgotten that a Celeste map is supposed to have Celeste in it. Yeah? That's the Celeste incident, isn't it? 2,600 miles. Jesus. Is it even the same country, if I may ask? The ROG? Yeah, okay. From like one side to the other then in that case. SFA bot, yeah, that makes sense. Literally from like the west coast to the east coast as far as you can go on each side. One of the key features of Celeste is having Celeste. Actually, her name is Madeline. Sorry. Frick! Some Celeste maps don't have Celeste. You're gonna have to direct me to a Celeste map that does not have Celeste. I'm very curious now. The furthest move that I ever did was the Bay Area to Missouri. Eat Girl is very anti-Celeste. Isn't the whole like idea of that map that someone is trying to eat the Celeste? Why can't I do that very, very simple dream hyper? Hold on. There we go. Eat Girl is based. Eat Girl is such like a divisive map. Divisive? I think it's the word I want. Seriously, if you like puzzle solving, try out Solaris and Lunaris. Oh, I've already FC'd Solaris. We did that last week, or like last stream even. Someone trying to eat girl, not Celeste. Eat Girl is inspired by Pac-Man, like indie game? Yeah. Right. Oh, bless you. I was there. Absolutely bless you. I am gonna struggle really, really hard on this berry. I wish I could enjoy Solaris. Insanity. Yeah, Solaris really isn't your game style, is it? You can't even stop there, can you? Alright. Either way. That's fine, game. I don't know why, but just seeing Nightbot say good luck alone and like nothing else just tickles you a little bit, doesn't it? This room really tests my ability to swap between analog and D-pad. Oh. That sounds strictly unpleasant, as the kids say. Goose is just like a hater of all things maps Aris. Is that what you want? That feels like what you want, and that's really cruel. I've also messed it up. No, it's savable. Ooh, gotta tighten those up significantly. Oh, wow, okay. I died so many times trying to do the tech without analog. Yeah, I can imagine like feathering on D-pad is just like ass. Oh, I haven't had a Chultra in so long. I gave up and swapped what I needed. I couldn't imagine like moving my finger like that. Yeah, it's like that, okay. The rare Chultra. What is this 74 silly ass gameplay? Is that it? That felt close. I think at the very end you need a... This is a really tight section. You need a Goltra? Oh god, if I need a Goltra into it, it's gonna be bad. Boomer, can you confirm that's a Goltra, please? I think you're right. Yeah, it's a Goltra. Okay. Okay, Goltra definitely makes a big difference there. That's not bad. It's a Goltra, it's a Goltra, it's a Goltra. I have a feeling it's a Goltra. It's a Goltra. Huge Goltra moment. Cool. I'm gonna like this berry in case you missed it. Thanks. Wait, is that a Goltra? Could someone please pull up the Goltra command to confirm if that's a Goltra or not? It is currently unknown if that's a Goltra, and the command would significantly help. Could the mods please make a Goltra command to confirm that it's a Goltra? Nah, it's just fire. I hate the commands in the stream so much. Oh. Don't hyper out of that. Oh, I'm here. Where am I? Light. Kingdom Hearts ass command. I guess it's not a Goltra. Surely it's not a Goltra. A Goltra in my Grandmaster Yellow map? Surely not. You know, I teased a streamer recently because like every time... Right, so don't even like hop out of that. That's so weird. That like breaks everything in my instincts. Every time she did a thing and like just messed up, she would meow. I was like, is this just like a thing now? And here I am making like dog noises. I'm like, I'm just as guilty, am I? We don't have a MILF command. Wait, what? MILF. Was that me? It was not you. I can probably get this berry if I join now and debug here. I think you'd have no problem getting this berry. I fixed it. I hate it. We're slowly heading towards like the horniest stream on Twitch again. I thought we moved away. Stop. This looks anti other parts of Dreep. It's pretty par for the Dreep experience, honestly. Why do the MILF command? I got to my spot. Proud of you, man. Oh, there's a platform here. It's fine, I'm ace. Listen, you may be ace. But I can tell you, as like, streaming in Celeste for as long as I have at this point, there's a lot of horny individuals here. I'm just gonna say it. Can I have mod? Kindly refer yourself to one of the current moderators and ask for mod. Damn, we got a MILF command. Chat is one with the mods. Awesome. Arrow Ace is horny? Never. Stop meowing. Celeste Boomer. Like, I try to keep the stream pretty family friendly. It's for the most part, you know? Like, little Timmy's watching and like, Brain, I need you to stop, please. Like, little Timmy is watching and like, I don't want little Timmy going to his mom like, what does MILF mean? Like, I don't need little Timmy asking that. Rip mod. This is so sad. I don't want to know what MILF means either, because it... Irsu, do you not know? Wait, do you... What if little... Somebody ban that mod! I can't believe this. I just... Irsu, I had to make sure, man. I just had to make sure. It stands for Man, I Love Frogs. It really does stand for Man, I Love Frogs. Like, out of all the acronyms, frogs really are one of them. Mother-in-law Friday. Exactly, see? I'm glad we all have the correct definition. This really makes me happy to stream on twitch.tv.television. Please, please, please! How did I mess that up? Nope. Thank you. Mother-in-law Fridays, bro, Twitch censors it. Twitch doesn't censor much. Which is why it's typically like your responsibility as a streamer to make sure people aren't misbehaving. CMB berries are hell. I've just received news from our HR department that the CMB berries are not happening on this stream. Please take it off the HR. You can email them at hr.simeridian.com. Please do not email that address. It will not get you anywhere. Interesting. Time to buy that domain. Honestly, I have like so much respect. Mobile intent living fantastically. Oh. Time to peer pressure Matt. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm already gonna struggle with. What am I doing? I think I'm already gonna struggle with CMB alone. I don't want to make it harder. Man, I love Flipside. Man, that would be a great. Can we change the milk command to that? I feel like that'd be a perfect command for the stream. Mild. I hate that. Wait, is that feather? Man, I love Flipside. Thank you so much. No, that feather isn't lined up. Okay. All right, listen, man. You can't just go around and say...
Me psychokinetic.
So true. You can't just go around and talk about me psychokinetic like that. Who remembers Flipper, the dolphin show? Who was I talking about, like, Flipper with recently? Was I even talking about Flipper recently? I don't know. That feels like something I'd be talking about recently, but I don't know. Ah, balls. I'm not familiar with Flipper's work. You say it like that and they sound like a stripper. I'm just saying. Flipper the Stripper, my favorite child show from the 90s. We've been living the GM instant for the past 2 months. Oh, I said there's no way it's been 2 months already. I don't believe you. I might do I thought I said miceless stream. In a little bit so I can try to get the CMB berry. Sad face. No idea, I made that up. It felt correctish. I think it's been less time than that, but that doesn't seem too terribly far off. Definitely more than a month. Because we finished it before you went to the abyss. Hey, do you guys read the follow age command as like follow age or follow age? Follow age, follow age, follow. You can't just say the word follow age and expect me to know what you mean. You need to emphasize. False. It's follow edge. I read it as follow wedge. Why did I hyper out of that? That made it much more difficult. I read it as follow edge. See, I always read it as follow edge too, but I've come to realize it's follow age. And my brain can't cope with that. My whole life is a lie. Exactly. Hey, so what about little Timmy's mom? Sorry. Timmy doesn't exist. Is this like the gift reversey? What is a gift reversey? I don't. What is that? Man, it just doesn't hit the same as milk. You know, like when you're out in the club and all your friends are all getting crunk on their milk, you know, and then you start doing the gritty. Man, I love clubs. I've never been to a club. Like, I seriously have never been to a club, and I just have zero desire to at this point in my life. Sorry? Matt, no one drinks milk at the club. Apple juice is way better. Finally, we have milk. What's the thingy? The feel when you're at the club and says, "Come on, everybody, let's go do the Mario." If you can find a club that says that, I will go to that club. I will absolutely go to that club. You will have me dance the Mario at that club. Oh, frick, it's do a super. It's just so much easier with the super. Hyper makes that like 10 times harder. Can you open a Super Mario Bros. Super? Oh, bless. I feel like if you open that in like an LA or something, it would do really well. Hey, can someone actually say what that, can someone say that exact phrase in the Discord? I will literally change the Discord name to that afterwards. I'm not even joking. I will literally change the Discord name to that if you can remind me like by putting it in the Discord. Super Mario Bros. Super Show Club. Yes. Please. Hey, like, what if Mario and Luigi are both colorblind and they think that they dress the same color? And what were they arguing about in that video? I think that was a Tumblr post. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. I got the berry? Nice. What if all of us are colorblind and they actually do? Like, we're all just like... Miyamoto is the only one that can see in like true colors. And the rest of us just like see in fake colors. Like, everyone's just like, you know, green Mario. Miyamoto's like, what the fuck are they talking about? Every character in the Mushroom Kingdom is a red-green colorblind. That's why they have no idea who Luigi is. I love Luigi, man. Luigi should be the main character. I produced my first one. I'm colorblind. This could have some merit. I love that. I don't love the fact that you're colorblind. I love the fact that you're able to joke about it. Gimme. That'll work. Oh! I was afraid. Simeridian. PulseCat05. Do you know who Luigi is? Play into the new Super Luigi U. I'm glad we all agree that Matt was going to do this room all the wrong way and no one would stop him. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm doing it the wrong way? This feels... How is this the wrong way? You're lying. I don't believe you. I strictly do not believe you. Honestly, just don't tell me at this point. Just don't tell me at this point. Whatever I'm doing is working. Alright, hold on. I need to... Like, what are you... Oh, are you supposed to actually do some sort of, like, weird, like... Nah, we're leaving it like this. I don't care. I don't care. This is my mosaic garden, okay? Your way's kind of cool. So good at routing. Gonna love CMB. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Fairy. Oh. GG, thank you. So how are you supposed to actually do it? My stuff came nice. Congratulations. That's huge. What is the actual solution to that room? You can't just tell me I've been doing the room wrong the entire time and just like not tell me what to actually do. It's an ultra? So this room looks interesting. Shit. Valid. Hirasu, what are you doing? What are both of you doing? I don't believe you. I will hate Jeep, I hate feathers. It's very heavy feather, unfortunately. I'm looking for spots, you know what, go off. I have the hiccups. Sorry, I'm kind of routing it right now. So you're gonna reverse off that. You have 2 dashes. You're gonna climb up that wall. Probably neutral jump up dash into that maybe. Drop down. The drop down will then send you that way. I assume that's open right there. Yes. You're gonna go to the left. You're gonna drift all the way up. Drift. Oh, it's like the name. You're gonna drift all the way that direction, in which you're gonna drift. Squeezy? That's weird. I don't think that's a breakable block. Drifting. Don't worry, they're good feathers. Is that like a... That might be a moment where... Oh, what's that tiny block right there? Hold on. Oh, is that like a super... Oh, he's vibing. That feels wrong. Whatever you did there feels wrong. Boom, boom. So you need to get that switch, but then like, I think this was wrong. What do I do here again? Because like, that's a breakable block. I understand that. You die. Ah. Is that a bunny hop? And that looks like it's either, you have 2 options, an either really tight feather or a longer, more generous feather. Into a wave dash, come around. Whoa. Sorry? Game? I don't have a freaking clue what to do. Let's just drift for a little bit and find out. I messed up. Wait, how do you get down there? Hi, the Red Bro, how you doing? Can't wait for the Cat Goose Treep subathon. Did you guys like watch the subathon that Ludwig did and it ended up doing or going for like 2 months? It was like a really, really long subathon. I don't know how long it actually was, but it was really freaking long, and he only got swatted like twice. Very good, honestly. I will not do Polaris. Man, it's just like Polaris hatred pilled. I'm doing something wrong there. I can almost be sure of it. Why would you give me a feather there? What's that all about? Fun fact, he will do Polaris. Where does this map actually end? Is that literally... You know what I think that is? I literally think that's a... Is that just a jump and demo sort of thing? Maybe. Bold, you assume the map will end? I'm starting to think it doesn't! Do you rise up to there? You might carry me onto there. Come across there, into that. Oh, cool. Hi, Ultra, maybe? I don't know. Weird ending. Choltra ending. I'd love to see it. Why would you give me 2? Why are you the way you are? Cool. Oh, because you down dash into that. Celeste tech names are so true. We have a command for that. Courteous of Glob. This room is goofy. This room is tough. It actually might not be that tough. This room is tough. I love how we have like a set of commands now that just leaves you, like, you know when you look at those images, like, oh, look at the top right corner. Now look at the bottom right. Now look at his left ear. Now look at his toes. We basically have a command that does that now. I know I've already changed it, but I really want to change it back to milk. Milk it is, why not? We're a milk stream now. We've done it. I'm still unsure how I feel about having a command that just sorry? There we go. Sorry? There we go. Oh, I see. So you're supposed to go boom, 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 boom into that. Just make a random between different F words. Surely that won't be a... What? Surely that's not abusable. Thanks, man. That does not feel correct. Maybe that is correct. Maybe that's not correct. Frankenstein? Frankenstein really was a MILF if you think about it. Why did I just say that? What do you want from me here? Oh, because then you go back around. How and when did that break? Oh, does that fall right there? I thought about it, and can you explain, please? I'm afraid I can't. I'm so sorry. Frankenstein loved Flipside. I don't think Frankenstein was a mother. You didn't read the extended universe, did you? Oh, is that what you do? That might be what you do. Frankenstein was the doctor. This is true. You know when people say Frankenstein wasn't the monster? Maybe they're just like calling the dude a monster. Have you ever thought about that? Like, if you think about it, his crimes were pretty monstrous. I don't blame people for saying that he was actually the monster. I think it's pretty valid, honestly. Mortals and furred living forms. There you kind of zoom around there. What do you want from me, game? Oh, I know what you want from me, game. What do you want from me, game? Yeah, it's definitely not a hyper. That's 100% not a hyper. Why do I keep hypering? Matt's brain is expanded. He can do routing now. It's a huge day for routing, honestly. Stretch and hydration. And a good old laugh track to tie it off. Knowledgeable people about Frankenstein isn't the monster. Wise ones know he is. That's what C.S. Lewis says, after all. It's a feather bounce. Is it go boink? Oh, is it really just a boink? Boink. It is a boink. Yeah, I think the feather bounce is easier, I'll admit. It's a feather bounce, or if you come from this angle, it's just still a feather bounce. Bounce me! Is that supposed to be? It looks pretty hard to boink. It's a pretty hard boink. I'm gonna say, on a scale of boink, it's pretty damn hard. Always wave dash. That was my first inclination as well. I could see how it's a feather. Unless you come from like this angle and go boink like that. Like, that's a pretty nice boink if you ask me. I assume that's correct. That is not. You could go left, or you could go right. Did we already go that direction? No, we didn't. This feels incorrect. I'm just gonna say. Oh, I see. Hold on. Ooh, that's actually semi-tricky. Hold on. Hold on. Then we drift this direction as per the name of the map. You've robbed me of something. May no longer be good at— Listen, man! Routing is really hard. It's like a top 10 skill. Trying to get out of every feather as soon as possible. There's so many people playing Dreep right now. This is awesome. My favorite part of streaming, I'll tell you right now, is just like the fact that people are like, it's Dreep hours. We Dreep now. That's a bit of a dick move, I'm just saying. I have excellent news. GeForce game drivers are ready. No sleep. No sleep? I've been awake for 26 hours. 26 hours, 20 hours. I must Dreep. That's a lie. I've been awake for— I slept for 4 hours in the plane. Can't believe you'd lie like this! I see what's happening. Why would you do that? Moriarty implications lifelong frenemy. Oh, I have so many hiccups today. Hey, game, what's up with that? Oh, game, I see what's up with that. Is that a— What a cursed bounce, man. Milk. There's no way. Oh my days. I didn't even see the lack of spikes at the end. That's a very free Chultra though. It's a no longer free Chultra. It's becoming less free. Inflation is happening. The price is going up. It's free. Oh, it's gonna be a brutal map. That's great. However, have you considered milk? You know, I've considered and we're out of stock. Hey, are eggs still on like shortage? I don't buy a lot of eggs. Have you considered egg? Invest. Buy egg for 33. I forgot about the egg command, dude. The egg command's actually so good. Okay, slower there. God, I love feathers. Can you have a bot regularly fluctuate the price of eggs? I don't think so, because I'm the only one that's able to change it. Like, no bot will ever have permission to change my channel points. An egg stock market. What we could do, like, this is a lot on a bot's end. But like some sort of stock market where like you can buy eggs from somewhere. Matt Lives themes, shopping lists. We're still in MILF, sorry. Wait, no, it's not a MILF. That's just a regular shopping list. Sorry? Egg crypto, you can make money. It's like you couldn't do it with like. Okay, so I've actually lost here. No, I haven't, because I can go... Egg NFTs. I hate this. And don't forget me, your egg's husband. What is that from? Hold on. Your egg's husband. Undertale. Deltarune? Deltarune. Pulse. But like, an egg stock market, Garfield? An egg stock market could work through a bot, but I feel like that'd be a lot. Like, buy and sell egg. Garfield crypto would go crazy. Garfield crypto would be insanely cursed. Except it just looked like lasagna. Big fan of lasagna. You're thinking of the line, anyone like that should be dragged out into the street and shot. I'm sorry? When did Garfield get so violent? Then again, there is the whole subreddit, I'm sorry, John. Never mind, I see. Okay, cool. I disagree. Didn't Garfield eat lasagna and then explode? I think you're gonna have to like specify which comic, man, because like I'm pretty sure in like every single comic, Garfield gets lasagna. It's the Garfield way. Oh, 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 okay. Oh, okay, sure. What comic? What comic? Garfield was originally, or is a comic as well. I don't know actually what it originated as. Garfield crypto would be crypto to completion, Doge to cat. Finally, Elon has some fucking competition. Swearing a lot today, I'm sorry. There's a Garfield comic where he eats lasagna and becomes the Godfield in a new... Sorry, what? I posted the drug out the street video on the Discord. Turns out there are at least 4, but I don't remember. Wow. I may not be able to play it. The only reason is you can't play shows. And while Garfield probably won't get me in trouble, I learned recently they do actually come down on small streamers. Like if they're gonna come down on Pokimane for watching Atla. I love the fact that her name is actually Pokemon, but no one knows how to say her real name. So Pokimane became like her actual name. Or like by community deciding. That was so scuffed. Beat through him, nice. I feel like this one's not gonna take me too terribly long. I think it's gonna be shorter than the last one, at the very least. Why did I try dashing into that? Like, it worked, but... Interesting. I am unable to beat the room. You're a grandmaster. This one is easy compared to the last few. Yeah, it's not as bad in my opinion. This might be my peak as a Celeste player. Surely something like Rapid Fire is easier, right? Rapid Fire is responsible for at least like 40% increased violence in some areas. That map is just insane. Good redirect. Very cool. Hold. Hold. Alright, check something. Gonna need to start practicing Dreep off stream. Oh, I can't wait. Like, when you come back to streaming, the first thing we're gonna see is like you playing Dreep. Everyone's gonna be like, why? Can you skip the third coin? I don't think so. As far as I can tell, all the coins are necessary because what the third coin does, assuming you mean like the very last coin in this room, it's gonna raise the platform up. And it raises your red bubble, which is otherwise inaccessible to the next one. Surely Irisu stream next. Surely Irisu will stream. I meant the one you're skipping? I don't think so. Wait, did I skip one? Oh, you're so right. I entirely forgot to do that one. I definitely forgot that one a couple times. Thank you for pointing that out. Genuinely appreciate that. Define next. Soon. Why does that sound so intimidating? Define next soon. All right. Give me. Dick. Sorry. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that one. So good for the map, dude. Guys, I did it. I might need to practice that section. That little bop is kind of weird. Yo, he did it. He got the coin. That's my streamer. Basic maneuvers. So proud. That's why there's 28 people here watching me collect a coin. Thank you for being here. That's actually insane for a Tuesday night. Thank you so much, y'all. Genuinely thank you. I have a feeling the boink is a bad idea. No, it's fine. Frick! Oh, basic directions are very, very hard. Okay. Help. Madeline? So I think I'm gonna go with the idea where like, I really like this idea that for a fairly expensive channel point reward, you can have your own custom intro to the chat every time I go live. Like the first time you send a chat message in that stream, you will have a custom intro. I really, really like this idea, but it needs to be expensive. Like we're talking 25K at least. It needs to be really expensive like that. Stop bonking. It's great to be handled carefully. I agree. Custom intro as a sound plays or just some text in chat. All right, so I'm going to show it off for the third time because I think it's freaking hilarious. Boomer, hold your message. I think it's freaking hilarious. So because... I think you missed the part where I said hold your message. So I basically have it programmed so whenever Boomer says a message for the first time that stream, aka whenever cruise control goes live for the first time, it plays that and it shows Mario. Look, I said that before you said hold. And I think it'd be hilarious. I think cruise control's online. I don't know if it is, honestly. That's weird. I don't like everything about this one feels uncomfortable. Like a way, it's the bonk feels more intended. Like come around, whoop, like that feels more intended. Boink. I think the fast route's honestly easier. It might be, to be honest. The slower route feels like it's a surely do a failed hyper. Wait, hold on. Can you just like gently touch it and go? Yeah, you can. You can literally just like gently touch it and then dash left. What? Hold on, you just gently touch it. Or just super off it, that's cool. You cannot dash left. Why not? I'm dashing left right there. Oh, you need that one pink. You're so right. Damn, you're so right. Okay. Okay, so... Oh! Why do I have so much speed? Damn. Dash into it then. Yeah. The dash into it seems easier. Well, easier is pretty like relative at this point. You go boom, boom. I think that's the play, honestly. You go boom into that, and then you kind of like go around and then hope you have enough there. As long as you control your feathering correctly, you'll be fine. Yeah. Boom. Boom. Questionable? Yeah, don't dash down there. Okay, cool. Let's dreep. Tough Cump spot confirmed. We do love Tough Cump. Tough Cump is not a word I wanted to add to my dictionary. Thank you. But yeah, so what I'm thinking originally is like something like 25K for your own custom intro. And if the stream ever grows, that is gonna go up in price. I'm just letting you know like now that will go up in price just because like I think it's just the safe thing to do. Okay, you can't just jump there. I mean, you probably can, but... And, like, 25 gets you... How would you decide on the sound? I think... So I've gone through a few ideas. and I'm kind of leaning towards one over the other. I'll put like a list of like a catalog of different sounds. What's the drifting incident? 9 out of 17, 8 out of 17 chance to be banned for that one. 8 out of 17. We don't talk about it, I'm sorry. How you doing, Rose? Part of me was thinking I'll just decide a sound, what I think is appropriate for that person. The other part of me is like, roll 17. 2-second timeout. Oh, right on top of it. That was impressive. The other part of me was like, what if we just like... Yeah, just do that. That's fine. What if we just have like a small catalog of sounds? And you can decide what sound fits you. That'll show them. Like, you can decide what sound fits you. Can we submit sounds for approval? Sure. I'd like to keep it all the same theme though, realistically. Which is kind of like goofy. I like the idea of being kind of goofy. Because like it's kind of a goofy stream, realistically. Madeline Rickroll. Just the full Madeline Rickroll, the whole thing. But like further on that, what we can do is like when you initially quote unquote buy into the program via channel points. What? I'm gonna take mine very serious. I can't wait till it's the tomato sauce one. Like you'll buy into it and you have like a 2-second base package via channel points. This is all channel points, mind you. But like every time you redeem it after that, it'll go up by so many seconds, like 2, 4, 6, 8, and then like maxes out somewhere. I wish I wasn't broke. They just put the Fubbleberry in R8. Fubbleberry. Oh, did they really? Is Room 8 just like big Fubble moments? Hey, Winter. Huh. That works. That works. Panic. Jesus. Floating point, the bubble. Roommate's a nice change of pace. Cool. I'm honestly down for some bubbling after this too. That was wrong, wasn't it? Mr. Birdie. What do you think Birdie's sound would be? The bird goes, I'm thinking a kazoo, honestly. Just like some sort of kazoo noise. You definitely get a kazoo noise. I'm actually thinking kazoo from a very specific game, but I can't say because spoilers! Frick, bubble. Bubble? Feather, same thing. That's true. Birds often fly on bubbles. That's a true science fact for you. Don't question it. Fun fact, the boomer jump scare joke was stolen from the undercards community. I can't believe this. Plagiarism. Late. Alright, man, so we're at like 244.37 here. 244.05. Early. Undercards invented jump scares. This is a little known fact. Undercard's the best horror game. That reminds me, I need to claim my daily in undercards? Are there dailies in undercards? That does remind me as well. If you're like really into this like Pokemon community game thing, if you go to their Discord, you get like free goodies there if you just like type Poke Daily. There we go. Late is the hour in which Simeridian decides to climb the lonely mountain. I'm gonna be so honest with you, man. I don't know if this is a mountain, if it's like an ocean, but I'm here. How you doing, Cryptics? What? When I say I'm playing it, I actually am. I 100% believe you. Birdie? Backup shots. Backup. Panic. Listen, we need new words. I need you all to learn new words. Like, you're doing really good in the Discord. You spelled some really, really good words in the Discord. Now let's learn to spell like new words on stream. Why do you keep going the long way? It's actually harder. R8 does not stop. That's true. R8 goes all the way to the Grandmaster Heartside. Why are we spelling? Treep rooms ending? In my Grandmaster room? Uh-oh. I don't know why I did that. Saveable though, ironically. Tree room's ending? I'm back. Is the unbalanced buff real? Let's find out. You know what? Hold on, I think I know something that'll help. Surely this will help. Stop laughing! I don't think it helps. I have found like turning on really loud music does get rid of like mind blocking sometimes. It does get rid of like mind blocking at times. Wait! The buff was only slight. The buff was only slightly real. Temporary buff, potentially. Plumbob, funniest word. Devanda, fave word. Stop funny! These aren't laugh track moments. There's no laughter here, there's no joy. We're on hour 12 of Drifting Deep. Do you think there's any joy here at all? Wait until hour 16. Much joy. I do love some joy. Yes, your suffering is very enjoyable. This has been like... The stream has gone by so incredibly quick. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for work tomorrow because like right before the end of the day, I sent my boss a message because we're learning a new system. And she's like, hey, you did well, but you did this wrong. You forgot this. So I sent her a screenshot. I was like, hey, where is this? And like, I just get a message back that just says, what the hell? And like, she doesn't do anything else. So, like, that was the message I left on, which is like, what the hell? And so I'm like, really excited to get back to work tomorrow to see if there's more to this. Or if that's just like the end of my saga there. My whole sense of time has degraded over the past year. I'm telling you, like, ever since like 2018, we slipped into a time rift. Just, time isn't real anymore. Uh-oh. True. I agree. Right. I just totally forgot what to do there for a second. drifted too close to the sun. Solaris reference? Hi. Okay. Do we think this room would be easier on analog? Like specifically analog? Balls. Ah. Drifting deepness is kind of a weird thing in my opinion, where it's like, I was talking, sorry. Drifting deepness is this weird thing where it's like, it does give you feathers, and it looks like the pathing's gonna be really convoluted. But most of the time it's like, okay, just go up and down, or like, go one direction, maybe make some very slight alterations to like the directions you go. But for the most part, it feels really straightforward. Like that, for example. It feels like that should be so much more difficult than it actually, you liar, than it actually is. Frick, the buff for Leah. Tree feathers are very keyboard friendly. They're extremely keyboard friendly. I'm really surprised by that. I found the feathers to be the hardest part. I agree. Jeep seems kind of chill. It's not that bad, honestly. Like, Jeep is less of a skill check and more of a, like, persistence check or, like, endurance check, even. Okay, maybe it's a skill check, too. Okay. So you know how like some people do games like, hey, Skyrim, but I'm on a treadmill or something. What if we just did like Celeste, but I'm climbing an actual mountain while playing? The hotspot's gonna go off. Sorry. Inuyasha affected by moonlight. Moonlight is reflected sunlight. Is he a vampire? So like, let's say I'm like, I don't know the anime. What would you say to someone who doesn't know the anime? That he's a vampire or he just doesn't like sunlight? Which I can relate, honestly. That'd be too easy. We need a harder challenge. Like, listen, you're only risking your life climbing this mountain. Like Celeste, but we have to touch grass. I'll be honest with you, the last mountain I was on did not have a lot of grass. A lot of snow, actually. Balls! I'll be interested in Celeste, but I'm flying in a feather through a maze of spikes. Sounds like a very heavy point crow idea. Celeste, but 2K3. I missed? Try not to die challenge. Celeste, but I'm literally on Mount Everest. Oh, I still want to climb Shasta Mountain really, really bad. Feathering is really hard. What the hell? There we go. Something about that wave dash is weird to me. I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna try and beat Sans. Good luck, Sans. Wait, what am I doing? Gland. I knew it. I knew someone was gonna say it. I'm like sitting here waiting, like, who's gonna say it? Sans Undertale. Undertale reference in 2023? Wow. Balls. What's Undertale? It's this little known like indie game. Don't worry about it. Graphics aren't that great. And the story's pretty straightforward. Honestly, not a very good game. Play one shot instead. Days almost over. Clean things. No, pretty much what Favre said, actually, yeah. Wait, I thought I was dead. I'm seriously one shot. I think I have one shot from a bundle that I bought a while back. Is either part of the Ukraine bundle or if it was a bundle for LGBTQ. I told him to play one shot. I own one shot but haven't played it. Yeah, I got mine as part of the bundle. It was like, I think it had Night in the Woods in it too and stuff like that. Too low. I like Night in the Woods. It's a cozy game. Not a big fan on how they portray mental illness. But cozy game. Simeridian too gritty when? Wait, what? What do you mean? Why did I do it like that? I have no idea, I'm sorry. Wait, no way. What did you say about how it portrays mental illness? So Night in the Woods is a very good game in my opinion. The problem is it makes May out to be a very violent individual because of her mental illness. And I don't feel like it ever really resolves that in a way that's kind of sufficient to the story. Like, it's a game I still suggest playing, but going in with like a mindset that it may not necessarily be a... I like May. May's a great character. Absolutely fantastic character. Like, I really like the game, and that's pretty much the only complaint I have about the entire game. Oh, Night in the Woods. I see what you mean by that. Yeah. That's literally my only complaint about the game. I think it's a fantastic game. It's just fun. And the art style is so... Okay, stop talking about art and start focusing on Dreep. And the art style is really good too. I like Madeline, please. May's a cutie though. Like the whole thing is just like really cute. Big fan of Greg. Ooh, that's a weird angle. That's fine. That section just feels so sketchy every time. I think it does for mental illness well. I don't have schizophrenia like she's implied to, but I've had similar experiences to her. Yeah, it definitely heavily leans into this idea of schizophrenia. But it's not like, how do I go about this? I think the biggest issue is that it portrays schizophrenic individuals as violent when hardly any of them are. Oh, hold on, we actually have a chance here. Never mind. Stretch redeem. Like, I'm glad it draws attention to schizophrenia. I just wish they would have added a little bit of an element that's like not necessarily the violence aspect of it. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. It's the only game I... What? Peggle's a good game too. I like Peggle, man. Like, there's an actual Peggle speedrunning community now, which is just insane to me. Like, Peggle! I was streaming Peggle. Yeah, I saw. I couldn't watch it because I was at work, but I did see you were live with Peggle. Big fan of that. Peggle portrays magic hats very well. Very big fan of how Peggle... Oh, I can't focus. Very big fan of how Peggle portrays magic hats, honestly. Huge magic hat representation in that game. Shout out to magic hats. I really like that power, dude. I don't agree. I beat a bunch of challenges in Peggle Deluxe and Peggle Nights. It's so good. It always comes back to Doug Doug. This stream is just like an extension of Doug Doug. His stream, for some reason, are like magic hat obsessed. The only act of violence she commits against another person is the backstory, if I recall correctly. It happens with their first experience dissociation. Yeah, it does. It does. It sets up this really dark story of like she did something massive and then only just like really link it together later on that it's because she dissociated and did something violent through it. Pulse. If I have one Peggle power of like be magic hat, I have great news for you, man. You go down to your local Goodwill, I guarantee you could find like... Huh? Go down to your local Goodwill, I guarantee you could find a magic hat. Owl guy. Right. I feel like it should be a normal hat. Like, what really makes a hat magical? Like, the magic is really the friends we make along the way. Think about it. So I've learned how to do that, by the way. If you get really, really close to the platform, it makes that wave dash really easy. Ask for a Peggle magic hat specifically. Like, listen, I know you collect items from like the local community and like what they're willing to donate and whatnot, but do you have the magic hat from Peggle? It looks like a normal like top hat, but you have like a 1 in 6 chance of your pinballs turning into fireballs. It's very cool. I'm sure they'll know what you mean. Why would you doubt? I'm gonna do that one day. Make it like a stream incentive, like find magic hat. Like on Irisu's stream, they have a stream incentive to find Donkey Kong bongos. Damn it. Has a talking rabbit donated here recently? Exactly. What? That's a what in regards to Goose screaming my name. You should make a magic hat sound alert for team. What would be great if it like pulled a random effect? Like it's cheaper than all the other ones, but it pulls a random effect and it also has a cooldown, so you can't just spam it. Unfortunately, cruise control cannot do chance, as far as I know. I'll look further into it, but I'm pretty sure it can't do chance. The feathering is so hard. There's 4 feathers in this, right? 2. Why would you hyper? 1, 2, 4 feather sections. Looks like 5 to me. There's this feather section right here. 1, 2. I think you're right. It is 5. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5. You're right. You are drifting. I'm drifting so hard right now. It's literally free. You don't need to dash down. I promise you. What about the feather that continues here at the start? I'm counting it as all 1 feather section. Just because it, basically it's a feather bleeding into a feather. Or drifting into a feather, if you will. What are we all poke catching for? What is it? The Netric. The Pokemon that like every, what's that one? Luxray. Every like ROM hack wants to make Luxray a dark type. Because he looks edgy. Drifting incident. Okay, get close, but not that close. Like, respectfully close. You gotta respectfully look at it, you know? Don't be disrespectful in how you look at the block. If you look at it respectfully, you'll make your moves better. Drifts incident? Interesting. I thought I died and my feather range just like... That's all you get. It's just like, you don't need more to the story. Like, the context isn't important. All right. Oh, we're at 308. Shit. Hey, did you know that it's free to follow this stream? By clicking the button below, you too can follow the stream for free, getting notifications on when I go live for more Drifting Deep content. Wow. GG 308, thanks. Trying to see if my follow trap worked. That's actually fairly close to the end. Yeah, that's fairly close. Into that, this is all pretty free right here. Did you know you can join the Super Mario Bros. Super Show Club by joining the Discord? I will name it right after this. Absolutely. Into that, very easy. Goose? Into that, that's very simple. And then the Chult to the end's free. Okay, I think that we have this pretty easily. I have to get going for now because I have to make sure my puppers gets a walk. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play a final game of marbles for the night. The double plugin. If you enjoyed the stream, consider following. It does help a lot. And you'll receive notifications when I go live and stuff like that. I think it's a good deal. Can I win? I'll give you a chance. Speed run. Laboratory, that one's kind of rigged. Space Station's a good one. This is my time to shine. You're actually here for a final marblings. Irisu will die. We do get to do an Irisu, will he live or die? I have no clue what this is. He may not even be able to die. I'm just letting you know right now. Before you vote your Ghiblies, can he even die? Consider that. For the final game of marbles, if you'd like to join marbles, exclamation mark play into the game. I'm going to give you a solid 55 seconds. Good luck. Hey, Simeridian. Birdie, you know my actual... Birdie, I'm gonna potentially meet up with you for food soon. What are you talking about? It's a good fish there, Bird. It's a good fish. Birdie eats food? Surprise, surprise. Hey, Spleen Fairy. How you doing, friend? Somehow I feel the vote on whether or not Irsu lives or not is more fair of a vote than whether or not I win. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, if it just means he... I'll sleep my thought there, honestly. It's a long map, though. Good luck. It definitely is. Yeah, like, whether or not I win is definitely, like, go ahead and say it. Like, whether or not I win is, like, a higher risk stakes vote. But whether or not Irsu lives or dies, that's just quality, honestly. This is... I don't even know if you can die on this. Sometimes it feels weird to have the music on when you're just like spinning around and around like that. This is an awesome map. I like this so far. This is really well decorated. Everyone's coming out. There we go. Unbalanced hours. Shiggy, Favre, Birdie, Mrs. Birdie, I should say. Cat, and it's all jumbled up. Let's see. We do have some speed here, meaning Irsu might find a way. I'm stealing Shiggy's points for once. Reminds me of Ancient Engine in Strawberry or Spring Collab Initiate. Can I say any of that right? Spring Collab Intermediate. I'm in last. No, second to last, see? You're doing great. Proud of you. Alright, to be fair, Irsu can die in any map. You can get stuck at some point, and then the fire gets you. Strawberry Jam Initiate. Isn't that what you just call like a new Strawberry Jam player, like a Strawberry Jam Initiate? Surely. This is a cool map, man. Ancient Engines be pretty? Oh, Yellow Link died. It's possible. Spleen Fairy's gone. Ooh. So sorry. I'm so sorry. You hate to see it. Oh. But will we finish the race? One of these hotel walls. Let's have all of it. Here's who died on a time when I missed the vote. Let's go. You've got to finish this. Like, surely you have to. Like, the outrage if you don't finish this and I've already finished up the vote. It has to be finished. Surely. So far, Birdie's in the lead, followed by Goose. Last place. Let's go. Wait, how far back are you? All right. Is that the end? Birdie? He made it, unfortunately. Followed by Mrs. Nope, Cat Goose. Cat Goose comes at the very last second, coming in strong. Almost swept by Owlers. Ooh, that means Goose gets VIP. Followed by myself. I'm still waiting on. Oh, Shiggy's in. Very unbalanced. Favre and Glob. Birdie, do you really want Modman? I'll take that as yes. I am moderator. I am Birdie, Cactus, Owlers, Mrs. Birdie, myself, Shiggy, I'm very unbalanced, Favre and Glob. The rest, unfortunately, did not finish. Who are the current VIPs? White Blade, that's right. Hold on. A lot of numbers in this name. Unable to remove VIP. We did it. I'll give it to Goose too, why not? Not good boy. I saw it. Professional copy paster. Incredible. Can I time out Birdie? Wait, no! Fear me. You may lose it. Behave with it. I'm looking at who's doing things. Where is Lauren? Where is she? I should start streaming. Goose, if you're gonna go live right now and I'll raid you. I'm serious. Give you a chance here. Like, let me know. If you're gonna go live, I'll raid you. Speed. I will? Okay, cool. We'll hang out for a second. Right now. I'm literally loading your channel as we speak. Cat girls? Sorry. Please. Cat girls? Yeah. We're waiting for it. I gotta log out of Celeste, hold on. Stop meowing. OBS is literally loading. Stop meowing. My gosh. It's the wrong button! He's done it. Because I have bad news, man. I got really bad news, man. It might take a second. Yo, Goose from Celeste is live. Hold on. We'll get there in a second. Hold on. It'll take just a second to recognize he's live. We're so in. One more try. We're all done here for tonight, y'all. If you enjoyed the stream, consider following !Discord. Will get you part of the Super Mario Super Fanboy Club. Something. I don't remember. I'll figure it out after the stream. We'll send you over to Goose, though. Go say hello. Go say meow. Whatever you want to say. It's been lovely having all y'all. I appreciate you. We'll be back live on Thursday with more Drifting Deep at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. Be safe, be well, and have an absolutely wonderful evening, y'all. 5 clam. I hate it here.